You are listening to 100.9 KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. This is your host of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, Coach Q. Sorry about cutting off those snagging tunes just now, but it's 5 o'clock, and every Wednesday at 5 o'clock we got this sports show going on. And I got my big brother Buff up here, Triple B. He's in the house.
What's good? What's good?
Hey, tonight, guys, we have a very, very special episode tonight. Interviews that we've been waiting for, I'd say about 5 or 6 months, maybe. We have a good lineup tonight. We have some very, very fine student athletes from Peru State College, our very own alumni from Winnebago Public School here. We have David Wingett Jr., the GOAT. We have Matthew Wingett, the Cat. We have Natasha Ray Deal, the real deal. And also we have Kelsey Decora. And I believe, what was the nickname your dad gave you out there?
Four?
Four? No, not that one. What's the other one? What was it? They said they called you, not the process, but what? What was it? I know you know.
I have no idea, honestly.
He might have just told us.
Oh, he might have just told us.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, if you know that nickname that Coach Huge and Coach Brooke gave their daughter, please put it in the things below down there. The comments below. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, man, we got a real good episode coming in tonight. We were kind of chopping it up here a little bit before the show, trying to get our stuff down, our info down, and everything like that. Okay, so the first topic we're going to talk about is golf. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Talk with Kelsey Decora. She's going to give us the rundown of her experiences in the sport of golf. Not only the things that she was doing in high school, but also her transition to college. Okay, and then after that, we're going to move right on into women's basketball. And Natasha Deal, the real deal, she's here. She played, I believe, in her second season for Peru State. And, she was tearing up the court. I know that we were following her throughout the season as well. We talked about the Peru State women's basketball team a number of times during this show. So with that, Natasha's going to give us a rundown of her basketball team down there. And same thing, just kind of tell us a little bit about her transition into college, and maybe she's going to give us some information on what she's going to do in the near future, go back and play ball, maybe she'll be graduating pretty soon, whatnot. We'll find all that stuff out tonight. And then after that, we have Matthew and David Wingett here. Last time that I saw an interview with these guys together, they were holding up a state championship trophy down in Lincoln. So this interview has kind of been long awaited, and we're also going to get past, present, and future stories for these two young men here and see what's going on with their life. So make sure and stay tuned to see what the Wingett boys are also going to be doing here in the near future. So I got some good questions for those guys too. And then after that, we're going to just chop it up a little bit about maybe the NBA and maybe some baseball or something like that, And then we'll go ahead and give our nominations for the Athlete of the Week. And I believe that we have an actual medal now that says Athlete of the Week here from the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. So I say we just get on into it, right?
Let me stop you real quick.
Yes, sir.
I think in the nickname, your dad, they call you Standard?
Oh, yeah, the Standard. The Standard.
That's one of Sky Aldrich's old sayings.
Oh, yeah?
There's a video on YouTube about that native guy that was golfing.
Yeah.
Every time he hit the ball, then he wouldn't even look. He'd just Standard, walk away. So I think that's where that came from.
Okay. Well, there it is right there. And
pull that video up.
Thanks for remembering that. And I think that's I don't know why I was thinking the process. I think I was thinking about the process because of the Boston Celtics and their domination in these NBA playoffs, but that's another story though. All right, so let's go on. Let's get on into this interview here. We're going to talk about golf. Well, last night, me and my brother Triple B right here, we were playing golf league over in Pender.
Monday night, bro.
Monday night. And we had the honor of playing against your dad, Huge, and his crew. It was a pretty fun time out there. It is fun playing golf league with all the bros. You know, sometimes we get set up with some corny guys that don't listen to hip hop music, and you know, not joking like how we joke and stuff like that. It kind of gets boring playing with those guys. But
Yeah.
when it's all bros together, man, and you know, it's a good time all the time.
Strictly G-rated.
Strictly G-rated. A lot of dad jokes. You know. But anyway, yeah, that was a pretty good time the other night. And we actually talked with your pops a little bit about the interview going on today, and he was pretty excited about you coming on because, you know, there were a couple of times where we were talking golf, and I think you were back on the Wednesday during the day, but you had school Wednesday night, or you had test the next day or something like that. So he's like, nope, she went back. So then, all right, we'll put it off. Well, we'll actually just wait till after everybody gets out of school, and then we'll try to get everybody together. And then I do want to say thank you all for showing up too.
Yep.
for the sports talk show tonight, because you guys make this episode number 23 that much special. So let's go ahead and get on into some golf here. Oh yeah, so your dad, you know, he talked a lot about your last few golf meets, and that you were placing all season long. And he was kind of even, you know, bragging you up to saying that you were the top golfer at Peru State. Now, is that correct?
Yeah, during the first season I was.
During the first season?
Mm-hmm.
So
We have 2 seasons in college.
I was just gonna say, do you guys play in the spring and in the fall?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Mhm.
Hey, that's really cool, you know. So, but you don't lose eligibility, do you? Because it's like your 2 seasons, but you stay fresh.
Just 1 year.
1 year of
Considered 1
eligibility.
year, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So, well, how about tell us a little bit about maybe your best round of golf this season and where that course was at.
I can't remember where it was at. I think it was somewhere in Missouri, but I PR'd with 89.
89.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. But in high school, I PR'd 90. That was my best round ever. But it's different because in college, you're swinging from the guys' tees
Oh.
and not from the women's tees, which you guys know it's like
Yeah.
Okay.
sometimes it's a big difference.
Yeah,
sometimes it's not.
Buff knows.
So,
We're starting jokes so early already.
Yeah, starting jokes a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
I never knew that though. From the guys' team when you're in college. So women and men play the guys' team, or men scoot back to the tips.
I think men's are a little farther back in college, but yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So when you were growing up, Kelsey, did you go to school at St. Aug's too, or did you just go to the public school here?
Well, I lived in Arizona when I was in elementary school.
Oh,
I
okay.
came back and went to 6th grade at
Okay.
St. Aug's for a little while.
The reason why I'm asking, because I have a friend that works at St. Aug's. Her name is Amber Gamble, Miss Gamble,
Mhm.
and she actually got her, like you're doing right now. You're getting a lot of your college paid for by being good in golf, and she had a full ride scholarship going over to, I think she was at Wayne State,
Oh, really?
and she was a 4-year. She lettered 4 years, and she paid for her college by just being good in golf. Man, I would try to get her to play on my squad on a co-ed one, but she's always too busy.
Yeah.
You know, but so that's good though. So how about any hole-in-ones are close yet?
Nope.
No, not even close.
Nope.
No.
Wow.
Well, I've had a couple actually this past season. They're probably like 5 inches away, maybe,
Oh.
but nothing like too not.
So
very
so
close.
maybe take us through, because we sit there and like after we get done with the round of golf, we'll say, hey man, remember back on hole number 4, remember this and that. So take us back to like maybe your best hole that you did so far in college or high school. Where, if you can remember where it was, and par 4, par 3, par 5.
Gee, par 4 close to the hole in one.
No, I'm not talking about hole in one. I'm just talking about something, her best hole that she did. Maybe she got an eagle or on a par 5 or something. You know, so
Recently, I got a birdie on a par 4. That was the first time I ever did that.
You got a
during
birdie
the tournament, yeah.
oh, during a tournament too.
hmm
Nice.
That was during our conference tournament.
Oh,
It was in Moravia, Iowa.
okay.
It was a hard course because our first season during the fall, it was actually it was pouring rain, and they made us play through for about 3 holes, and we were soaked
Wow.
the whole time. My shoes were soaked, my rain gear was soaked through,
Wow.
and it was a traumatic experience.
Oh man.
Any club slip out of your hand? Because I know that those clubs.
Almost,
Yeah.
yeah. They're getting all wet, but
Yeah.
I think I might have only golfed in the rain maybe twice, And then we just headed out because
Yeah, it was bad.
your
It was
clubs all
pouring
dirty.
rain. We were messing up the course, like
Yeah.
you know how it is.
Oh, jeez.
And they just kept making us play through until someone finally said something, and then we only played. We didn't even finish our full 18, and we had to go back the next day and play 27 holes in one day.
Nah.
How's that on your back?
Oh, it was bad. I was hurting the next day.
Yeah. People don't think, I mean, they don't realize that. I mean, they think golf is just a lot. I mean, even when you're riding in a cart, I mean, you got to get up and then walking on uneven ground and all that stuff.
I was just gonna say that these guys gotta walk the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walk. You're
I-
probably walking about like 6-7 miles every time you walk at 18.
Oh, my
Really?
Depends on the course, yeah.
If you kind of think about it, it make you concentrate a little more because you're like, man, I gotta hit this down the middle because otherwise I have to walk way over here,
Yeah.
walk way over here.
Yeah.
I will say I play a lot better when I'm walking.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's good.
Yeah, that's probably the mindset you gotta have though, because
Yeah.
like if you're just up there swinging away,
You
you know, hitting to the left, hit to the right, you know.
Quinn's hitting to the girls' tees.
Yeah,
Or just chipping it out. Driver.
Putting it from the tee box. There. Well,
Wow.
that's good though. That's
Our
good.
last meet, our conference meet that we had before school ended, I had to play 36 holes in one day, but we had a cart.
Oh,
but it
wait,
was still a long day.
No,
Yeah.
bro. I think we went out earlier this season. I think we did 18, and then we went to go do another 9. By the time that 9 was over, I was done for it.
Yeah.
I was done for it, man.
And then we had to get up the next day and go walk 18. So we
Wow.
played, how much is that?
36 and 18. Go ahead, Buff. 1,
36,
2,
18.
3, 4. He needs a
54.
calculator. There you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
My bad, my bad. I ran out of fingers and thumbs over there.
You have to use your toes, but you have 6 on each side.
Hey, so what do they do for your work? I mean, obviously you guys got to work out. You guys lift. You guys do cardio. Do you guys do all that stuff too, just like the basketball team would, or something, or volleyball and all that stuff? Do you guys work out too?
Sometimes we would. Usually we just go do cardio on the treadmill, or she'd try and make us do something with the kettlebell and work on our swing, but nothing too serious. We didn't really work out a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I know that you remember when this is a long time ago for us. It seems like, you know, when Tiger Woods is an old man now, but when he first came on, he was a young athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He changed the game of golf, because you see all those old men that play in the senior league and stuff like that. They're all, you know, big old chubby guys, old school. You know, he actually, you know, did the same thing that like all the great athletes around in all sports did, is start taking care of his body by lifting weights, eating right. You know, had himself I think he had his own chef that cooked really good healthy meals for him, and had a workout every day. You know,
Well, when you're a millionaire, you can get that kind of stuff. So
well, you can work out if you have $0 too.
I lost you at chef.
I like you as chef. Okay. Well, hey, so this though, so you're back for the summer, and so I hear you got a little part-time gig going on about golf. What's going on with that?
Yep, at Boys and Girls Club, we're going to have a golf program. Right now, we're doing it every Friday. It's from 4th grade to 12th grade, and the first 12 kids to sign up can just come out and golf.
Yeah.
Here's Greg's planning on trying to take some kids down to a tournament in Albuquerque, so hopefully we can get them prepared
Wow.
for that.
When
That'd
is
be
that
great.
one?
That
Well,
one?
actually, I played in that tournament 2 years in a row. When me and my brothers first started golfing, we went down there and played in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think it's called the Nota Begay
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Native American
Yep.
tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, so we went down there and played that. We did that for 2 years. So he wants to bring some kids down to do that,
That'd
which
be
is
good.
exciting. Hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Wow.
I remember hearing about that golf course. Nota Begay, he his foundation or something designed it, and they also, I think he also did one. He did a course down on the Potawatomi Res, the Prairie Bend Potawatomi Res down in Kansas. Yeah, they have a 27-hole course down there, and that one was also designed by Nota Begay. And they have a big native tournament down there, a big men's tournament down there, open tournament down there too. So
That one you golfed down in the Nova Begay one down in Albuquerque. What was the name of that one? Do you remember the name?
I think it's named the Santa Ana Golf Course or something like that.
I think I did that down there. With,
It's a really beautiful course. It's
Yeah.
really
a
nice.
lot of red rock cliffs and stuff. I think I've been to that one.
oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So you said every Friday. at 4 o'clock, and then right now
Yep.
you guys are out to the Land of Wellness, chipping and stuff like that, and you
Yep.
guys will be. I heard you guys will be going over to Pender, which is the home course.
Yeah,
And,
that will be practicing it.
That'll be good. So what the Boys and Girls Club been doing the last few years, they get their golf club as or their Pender as their golf club home course, and so they practice for a little bit in Winnebago, and then as soon as the summer hits, they start loading up kids twice a week, I think, and they head over to Pender, and they let them hit on the driving range, and then they get them out actually golfing on 9 holes that day. So all the students that want to even try golf, make sure and get a hold of the Boys and Girls. Get a hold of Greg or any of the employees down there. The number is 402-878-2112. And right now Bethany has that visual up, the flyer up, and it says 4th through 12th grade.
Is that upcoming 4th to 12th grade, like since
yeah,
summertime?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
okay.
yep. So 4th to 12th grade, and I know I heard that they have maybe about 6 or 8 kids signed up. So
Yeah.
there's still room. So you guys just make sure get your kids involved. Get your kids involved. It's golf is a really, I think it's a really like a peaceful sport. I really do. You get on a golf course, it's quiet. Well, most of the time, it's quiet. It's beautiful on most courses, and you just get out there and just enjoy your time out there.
I was almost gonna say I beg to differ when you said it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm talking about just getting out there with regular people, not y'all. All right, so make sure and get a hold of the Boys and Girls Club if your kid's interested in golf, or if you're interested in getting your kid involved in golf. We do have some really good coaches down here. Kelsey here, Coach Kelsey. That's gonna be your new
nice.
nickname,
Coach K.
Coach K.
Another Coach K.
Coach K. And then also
Sorry, Kenny boy.
I believe Coach Sky Aldrich is going to be helping out, and then Greg and I believe Coach Manny Menez is going to be helping out too. So
I got a question for you, Kelsey. What's your I don't know if you ever had off your tee box and just smashed one. How far do you think you hit it? What was your furthest?
furthest one.
Because I know
It
you
could
probably
even
got
it could even be wind behind you.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
probably when I had wind behind me. I don't know. It wasn't very far. Probably like 230, if that.
That's still
That's
a good
pretty good.
shot. That's
Yeah.
a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shot. And then, of all your clubs that you like swinging, what's your favorite one?
I don't know. I like chipping, so my 54 degree.
54.
Oh,
Wow, that distance that sucks. I got a little cheater wedge, little chipper. It looks like a putter and a chipper.
Oh,
Anything
yeah.
out that far, I chip and run. 'Cause
Yeah.
if I pull a 54 or 56 or a 60 and try to give it the lob, blade, shoot straight across, hit someone in the tooth. So, all the time.
all right. So Kelsey, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up golf. I just want to know. I think the viewers, some people are probably kind of waiting to find out, what you plan on doing here in the near future. You going back to Peru and golf? You come back and coach? What's your short-term goals and plans?
Yeah. Right now, my plan is to go back to Peru. Just work this summer, especially with my brother. He was short 2 shots and
I
didn't
heard
make it to
that.
state, so
Yeah,
we're
hey,
grinding this summer. He said.
Still, congratulations to Hana.
Yep, congrats.
for doing a really good season. He placed I think every meet that he went to
Yep.
all season long,
That's cool.
and he come up 2 strokes shy of the
It was
state
a-
meet. And man,
It was a hard district.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
that's
yeah.
that's what you just saying the other night that the district that Winnebago's in golf is tough.
Yeah.
It
They got a
was.
lot of good golf players up there. So
Well, as a as a sibling, we always competed all the time. Who's better out of you and Hana?
He passed me up.
He passed you up?
is
It is.
now. Yeah.
You're not
He
supposed
shot
to.
at 81.
You're not supposed to accept and say that.
The other day I beat him though
There you go.
at Old Dane. So
All right.
Good
All
one.
right. So wait. Well, before we're done talking about with Kelsey, I just want to say good luck in your future endeavors. When it's time for graduation from Peru, make sure that me and my family get an invite. All right.
That's right.
of
All
course.
right. Well, hey, this is 100.9 FM KWTN, the Big Voice Radio, and this is the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Coach Q. I'm here with my big brother Buff, Triple B. He's here with me on the mic, and also DJ Besame on the ones and twos. We are joined here by some Peru State student athletes that are here from Winnebago, Nebraska here. And right now we have Natasha Deal, she's been sitting here just waiting to talk, you know, and sitting here. I think she's trying to chime in, talk about golf too.
Or is she trying to go for a layup or something? One of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. You know, so Peru State girls team. There's a visual up on our monitor right now, and let's see where you at there. There. Oh, number 10 right up front. Oh, she got the. What are those? The Rick and Mortis shoes?
Yeah.
Gee, Rick and Mortis shoes? No, those are pretty cool shoes. She stands out just like that. So Natasha, so give us a little rundown of your season and how it ended and what is going to be going on next year with you guys' basketball team.
Yeah, our season started in August with the preconditioning. That was pretty tough. And the season, it was a long season, but it was a pretty good season. And then we ended off with post-season conditioning, but it was more of open gym running and weights instead of just running outside and running lines and stuff like that.
The coaches down there, are they pretty decent coaches? Do they seem very knowledgeable?
Yeah, our head coach actually just resigned. He got a new job. So we're looking for a head coach, but I think that our assistant coach, Bogard, she's a really good coach, that she'll get the position. Hopefully she will. She knows a lot about all of us and what we're good at, what we need to work on.
Nice.
And is she a former college ball player herself?
Yeah, she played at Omaha.
Omaha, UNO?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're just looking at the picture there. It looks like a couple tall girls sitting in front and a couple tall girls in the back. Are those girls that are there, your big ladies, are they pretty decent in the post?
Actually, we only had 2 posts. The girls in the back are on JV. We had I say she's like 6'3", but she had a knee injury.
Oh, man.
And our other post, she had a knee injury too that made she couldn't play no more. So we had to have some 4s come in as a 5. So we was a pretty small team.
Well, I guess in today's game, 4s ain't that bad. You know, keeping them as your bigs on the court. You know, as long as they're willing to battle for those rebounds. You know.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, even in pro basketball, they're sitting their big people down and they're starting, you know, 2-4 men on the court. So it's kind of small ball nowadays.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I always post on Facebook about this era, but it just everyone shoots. You know, you need all shooters out there on the court. You know, someone you can get nailed by by no rebounding, but you know, guards quick enough you can get in there and do sneaky stuff. You know, it's just all go in and get steals. You know, so I mean, however. It
Yeah, I
out,
think. Well, I mean, if you watch basketball nowadays, a lot of coaches put, you know, 4 to 5 3-point shooters on the court. You know, everybody's shooting threes now, and everybody's shooting them effectively. So where does that come from? That comes from practice. You know, the drills are changing in practice in basketball nowadays. There's not so much of that physical stuff that's going on down low, but there's a lot more shooting drills. You know, a lot more. Do you guys have one of those down in Peru, one of those machines where you go and shoot and it kicks the ball back to you?
Yeah, we have a couple guns.
Yeah, those right there. I mean, growing up, me and this guy, we were each other's guns. We'd sit outside and just shoot, and just rebound for each other until we got tired. Then we'd switch. You know, that was just, I guess, an advantage that you had growing up with somebody playing ball. Well, you and your sister had to do that too. You know, your older sister. I know you guys played ball together for a little while, right, in high school?
Mm-hmm.
So. What about your guys' like my brother asked earlier, he asked Kelsey about your guys' workouts. When you guys do workouts, do they make you hit the weight room? Or is that like an optional thing?
When we do it, it's not optional, but we didn't do it a lot during the season because of how much games we had and how sore we were. They try to let our bodies rest.
And do they suggest weights in the off season?
Yeah, we do weights 3 times a week.
3 times a week. So you're back for the summer. You're also working at the Boys and Girls Club, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did your bosses down there maybe talk about maybe trying to do a basketball camp or something like that for the Boys and Girls Club this summer?
Yeah, they mentioned some ideas. I'm not sure if they're fully going through with it yet, but they mentioned it.
Yeah, I know that would be huge. That would be huge for the community, but it would also be huge for you as a student athlete. And then then if you guys got, the girls, you and Keisha Snyder also is on that girls team. Then you guys got Lala Carnes coming next year, going to be coming in as a freshman. I think you girls can probably put something together real good and have a real good basketball camp here in Winnebago. We have many kids that want to learn the game, because I mean, you guys all know that Winnebago is a basketball town. It used to kind of be a football town back in the 80s and stuff like that, but basketball kind of took over as the main sport. And so when those little kids are growing up and the parents bring them to the games and stuff like that, sometimes they're not paying attention, or most time, but they're in that gym setting and they hear the crowd, they see what's going on, and then they see it year after year. I mean, eventually they're gonna be like, hey, I want to play out there too. I want to be one of those ones, because I'm, when I get bigger. And so as they get older and they're playing on these league teams, I mean, they're really looking up to like say, hey, I am gonna be playing on that court right there, And so then they see all you girls out here, doing your thing and stuff like that, seeing you guys just like we're seeing you today on this picture of your college basketball team. Some of those little girls might be sitting in that same chair in about 5-6 years. So then that gives you guys a perfect opportunity to give back to the community, because they're watching you already. And if they're watching you and you guys are doing a basketball camp here, man, just think of the impact that would be on these young ladies. You know what I mean?
I mean, the impact these boys had. Back in 2015, I remember seeing videos when you guys when you were a little bitty in a crowd running around. Diami, same way. Diami Barrage is a senior this year, and he was a real good basketball player too. A little gym rat. But the effect that these boys here behind us here, back in 2015, when they just ran over everybody, then just that for the community, that just all these little kids seeing that, and then sure enough, these girls. What, you guys finished 4th down there? You guys made the state tournament that time when you were in high school?
Yeah.
Most of you guys. So, I mean, they that vibe, the vibe that they put off. Everybody's, all the kids and little, hey, I want to do that. I want all these people cheering for me and get these jackets and these rings and all this stuff that the boys got that time. So I mean, just that to, put something in their head to get them going and stuff like that, which is cool. I mean. Then Natasha, you come from got good bloodline too. I played ball with your dad. Your dad was a straight hooper.
Yeah.
Younger than me, but me and him, you can talk to him all day about us guys when we played on the trail back in the day. So just coming from an old vet, kind of like it. Proud of you guys that you guys took your basketball to the next level. Sky's the limit for everybody when you guys put your mind to it, put the hard work in. Mm-hmm. Job.
Yeah, then ultimately, then that's what we talk about a lot in the show too, especially for the young ones. We talk about, these sports that we play, that each one of us play, fall in love with. Sometimes it's something different. I watched Kelsey play basketball, through high school, and look what golf is what her sport ended up being. She's going to school for it.
That's not saying you can't hoop.
No, that's not saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's not saying.
But it is saying that any of these sports can be that sport, and that sport can take you to places you would only imagine when you was a kid,
Yep. Well, just like what I was telling, I want to put my grandbabies in all the sports. I want them to play everything, whatever they start gravitating to and they're like, or they have fun, or they're a little more better at something, then support them no matter what sport they want to do,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's remember. You guys are the same age, or same grade when you guys were in high school. You too.
I was a year older.
You're a year older. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So you was battling down there too. You was the big girl, the post player back in.
And she had to take over when Keisha graduated.
That's right. Yeah. Man, see, I'm getting old. I can't even remember. That was just 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. It seems like it. Seems like it's just right around the corner, So, but so Natasha, what when you're going to college, do you have a major? Are you majoring in something?
Education.
In education? So that then brings me to my next question. Then, so what's in your future plans for Natasha Deal?
After I graduate college, I want to come back and teach the younger Native kids.
You want to come back and teach at the school here?
Yeah.
What kind of high school? You want to teach elementary school?
I'm an early childhood major, so like K through 3rd.
Oh man, we need some people in K through 3rd for real. Hey, that's great. That's great. So, are you gonna maybe dabble with coaching?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah. I really think that especially like, okay, so Coach Harlan Markel, I know that she went out and she played some college basketball, and then you play some college basketball. That's the kind of people we need back here in coaching. People with more knowledge. Winnebago's always had, like in the past, they've always had, like, just choosing coaches badly, and they never really used to think about, you know, the experience the coach had in basketball. Back in the day, this was like, even like when me and my brother was in high school, they would actually have the first day of school say, okay, who all here knows about basketball? Who wants to coach basketball? And they would have teachers raise their hand. Okay, we got you. Who else? You? Okay, you guys. And then as long as they wanted a coach, they would be the coach.
That wasn't for boys basketball, because when we were there,
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about before that.
Oh, okay.
Before that.
Yeah.
And then even after Mark Casey was coach, after that they used to do that, because think about some of those coaches that we had, kind of right after Mark Casey, there was a couple clowns in there, you know. But anyway, but it was the athletic director back in the day. He didn't really care about the sports doing good. That's why Winnebago that one year was 1-18. The boys basketball team was 1-18.
Oh yeah.
And that was totally a big turnaround after that, because the year after that, that's when we got our own native coaches in there, and we've had native coaches in there ever since. And then look what happened, you know. Native coaches brought us to conference championships, state championships, you know, district championships, stuff like that. So anyway,
big reason for that state championship's about
yeah, we're gonna,
14 foot of it right behind us.
I know we're gonna get into that here in a little bit. So, Tasha, I want to tell you the same thing that I told Kelsey, is that keep it going. You know, graduate. Try to graduate with honors. You know, and when that time comes for graduation, you know, make sure that we get an invite, because we're gonna come to Prue down there for you guys' graduation, and we're gonna show up.
I got a question for the ladies here.
Okay.
One of our guys that are following us here. Question for the college athletes: what is something you learned during your time as a student athlete that will stick with you forever? Either one of you girls, or
I'll
both
say
of you girls.
how to manage my time. I learned a lot, dealing with a lot. Just got some managing, coping skills.
There you go.
Yeah,
Kelsey?
I'd say honestly the same thing. It definitely took some adjusting when you transitioned from high school to college. So especially when you're golfing on the course like 3 hours out of your day, every single day. Time management.
Time management is tough at college. Yep. Well, hey, that you know, going through college myself, and you know, knowing how much time it takes to study. You're told to be, for every credit hour, you're supposed to study 3 hours for that credit hour per week and everything like that. You know, it's tough to do, especially when you're carrying a full load and doing sports and travel on those sports. You know, it takes you away from your classroom and all that kind of stuff too. So, from the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, I want to say that we're all proud of you guys. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you on the course, and we'll see you on the court in the near future.
Yep.
All right, thanks, girls.
Thanks, you girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are listening to KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. This is Coach Q on the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. I'm here with my big brother Buff. He's my sidekick, and we got DJ Besame on the ones and twos. She's pulling up all the graphics and information like that for our interviews today. This is episode number 23, and being that number 23 is both myself and my brother Buff's favorite number, we have a special interview going on right now. We are joined now by the Winget brothers. We got the captain, Matthew Winget, and his little brother, the GOAT, David Winget Jr. Hello, gentlemen.
How's it going, fellas?
Okay, so, man, I've been waiting for this interview for a long time. So, you know, we've been talking about basketball for like the past 8 months, seems like, you know, and the only way we get to see you boys throughout the year is if we turn on the TV. I mean, we got to travel down to some games too, but to see you guys on TV trying to find the link, and and see that stuff. And I know this past season, you guys put in some work. You guys both put in some work. You guys' squad even made the national tournament, which was awesome, And so our interview tonight is we just kind of want to sit back, relax, and kind of like hear you guys' story of how you guys got to where you're at today. And what I mean by that is, like, you guys both took off in two directions when you guys graduated from high school. Went off, did your own thing, and you guys are back together. I want to hear about that, and I think the listeners do too. So, Matthew, how about you first? Kind of, since you're older and you got out of high school first, maybe tell us a little bit about your journey since that state championship.
Well, since the state championship, originally I went to Northeast Community College right out of high school. Spent 2 years there, played 2 seasons there. Played with some really talented guys that ended up playing professionally now. Originally after that, went to Peru State then at the time. Originally was going to have to sit out until January. Came December and decided I didn't want to play basketball at the time, was just burnt out. After that, picked up coaching, started personal training, did that for a couple years. And then it ended up 2 years ago or so, I moved to Elkhorn, started coaching Omaha Sports Academy.
Nice.
I actually went to watch Keisha Snyder and Natasha play a game, and ran into the head coach of the boys team at the time. They were doing concessions, and just weirdly kind of ran into him, talked to him a little bit, and he got a hold of me a few weeks later, probably close to a month later. It was a little after the season was over, and said, well, would you think about coming back to play, finish your degree, take care of your expenses and stuff? And I was like, well, yeah, for sure. And, just had a really good season this year, and looking forward to hopefully having another great season next year.
Nice. So you've been out for a number of years. How many years of eligibility you have left to play ball?
I still have one more now. So
I
played my 2 years at Northeast, and I redshirted originally at Peru for the semester, and then now I still have played 1 year, and I have 1 year left next year.
All right.
So since when you redshirted, was that the COVID year, or was that?
No, that was
Right.
before the COVID. I just wasn't, for whatever reason, the credits didn't transfer right, so I would have had to sit out until I had enough credits, and that would have been eligible in January. But
Let's see.
All right. Well, hey, that was a good rundown, man. And I actually got to watch a couple of your games that you coached when you was coaching the OSA boys last summer, and then I think I caught the tail end of your guys' game. What was it, down at MIT?
yep, I think that was probably about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's good to see you out there. Kind of surprised me when I saw you. I said, hey, man, that guy looks like my nephew over there. And then he looked at me and smiled. I said, it is him. He's got that smile. So, yeah, so anyway, it was good to see you down there. Glad you're out there coaching right now. I think a gentleman with the knowledge of basketball that you have, that I think that it's only right that you go share it. You know what I mean? It's only right that you go share it, And I tell a lot of people that play ball, come back here and give back to the game of basketball. These kids around here, they need to learn what you learned, and maybe the way that you'll teach it will give them the same motivation to go for that goal that you guys got. So, all right. Well, hey, thanks for the answer there, and then I'm going to move on here to David too. So, I know a lot of people, been following your basketball, since you got in high school, they've been following you, and you guys live in the era of social media. Everything that you guys do, all the highlights, all the accolades and the honors and stuff like that, everything like that we get to see. We get to see it on social media. But at the same time, you guys out there messing around, we see that stuff on social media too, but we haven't seen that. So that's huge. Coming from the age of social media, to get out there and do your thing. Always be positive. Anytime anybody sees you guys puts your name into the search modules, nothing but good things come up.
Yep.
So with that being said, since you're what was it? You guys got third place your senior year at the state tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through the whole high school thing, man. It was an unbelievable experience for the Winnebago basketball program, but it was definitely an unforgettable experience for the community members of this tribe here in Winnebago. It was, you know, I still have a basketball in my house signed by all of you guys. I got a piece of the floor that they were giving out.
Oh yeah.
I have a piece of the floor right there. And that piece of the floor right there, I made sure and got that one because Coach Jeff, when he was in high school, he hit a turnaround fadeaway jump shot from half court and won a game against Homer that time. I got that piece of wood right there. It's in my living room. And yeah, man, and all kinds of, and then a big picture, big poster of you guys too. So, you know, so how about this then? How about give us a little rundown of what you've been up to since you graduated from Winnebago? Because we actually haven't seen you around for a while.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, after graduating, I went to Bull City Prep. It was a little basketball prep school in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
So basically, I just did a postgraduate year of high school. Played against different prep schools. Some were nationally ranked, some weren't, and it was a really good experience for me just to get out there. And I really it was weird because I really changed my game when I got out there. My coach said he thought he was just going to get, you know, big, a scorer, this and that, because he watched me play at AAU, and that's how I got in contact with him. But I got out there and I was just shooting the skin off the ball. It was like, wow. And from there, I joined an AAU team from North Carolina called Team Loaded. Played the summer there in July. Well, no, a little before June. I got a couple offers, and then I played another tournament in Atlanta with them, and the offers just start flowing in. It was like over 40 offers. I couldn't keep count. So I made a list. Obviously, Memphis. First time talking to Penny Hardaway, it was crazy. Answered the phone. He said it was him, and I was, you know, just kind of shell-shocked. I didn't know what to say. I knew he was trying to recruit me, but it was just like, man, what do you say?
And he called your cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So out of all the schools, I decided to take a visit to Memphis. Really liked that. Couldn't say no. Signed there. Once I got there, it was a really big moment. I just was kind of shocked when I first got there for summer workouts and whatnot. It was just crazy being out there. I was used to being, you know, kind of out there by myself, you know, from prep school and traveling from AAU. But it was just, you know, the level of basketball and the level of university and everything. It was crazy at first, but I got through summer school. It was fun. I gained like 15 pounds of muscle. Got in that college shape. It was awesome. Came the season, played about 3 games, and in practice ended up fracturing my leg. And then, you know, just medical redshirted, worked on my body still, was in the weight room. And then I just, you know, ended up transferring to South Dakota State.
When you were at Memphis though, I remember I was at your mom's house. I went up to your mom's house on your first game, and you guys were playing against, was it
Tennessee Tech?
Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
And we were all sitting there, and you know, looking, saw you sitting on the bench. We were like, "Yeah, look, there's David." And then your mom took her eye off the TV for a second, and then I saw you because it was on the big screen. I saw you stand up and you start going towards the scores clock up there, like that. And I was like, "Hey, look, he's going in." And your mom, she had a tear in her eye, man. But she made me have a tear in my eye. But I didn't cry, though.
There's popcorn salt.
There's popcorn salt, something kind of sprinkled around. So.
Pushed it back in there.
Yeah. But yeah, so then you subbed in. Oh, man, it was so good to see you subbing, man. The smile on your mom's face was classic. And then just moments after you got in the game, somebody threw a pass to the top of the key. You got your hand in the passing lane, and it was on after that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, your first 2 points of your college career, Division One, playing for Penny Hardaway, ended up being a two-handed. Miller. Yeah, and Mike Miller ended up being a two-hand breakaway dunk, man. That was awesome, man. Man, the energy in your mom's living room was fire.
All of us too.
Everyone was all over going crazy, man. So I know that your big brother he was around a TV too. So where were you at? Was you at the house too? No. Yes, I was going crazy.
I got a story for when we went down to there. So I mean, I don't want to cut you guys off, but I brought me and the boys' older brother Christian brought baby Dave down there to Memphis when we went and dropped him off. We went and dropped him off, and we met Mike Miller. And my first day, we get there at 4 in the morning. Dave takes us to the where he goes to work out and all that stuff, the gym stuff. Just state of the art.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dave just punches a number to the fingerprint or something. The door opens up and go in there, just nuts. Anyway, the next day we were trying to talk. Met with Mike Miller, and he was up there talking. He's just from right up the road in South Dakota, so he kind of knows some of the old team that used to travel, Indian teams. He played on circuit a couple of times too, he said. But anyway, he was really talking to us, and we were trying to talk him out of some gear. Remember that, Dave? We were trying to get him some a 3X sweater or hoodie or something like that. We were trying to talk him out of everything. Anyway,
trying to do that old native barter.
Yeah. Hey, I really like that. That's Bear Clan style. I really like that. He wouldn't bite. Anyway, he's really asking. He's asking us. Asked Dave. He said, "You guys got any more boys down there like you or something like that?" And I kept thinking like Kobe. And then I said, shit. The only one that's probably really close to him is his brother. Here than Christian. Yeah, I know, but I'm kind of old, he said. Talking about Matthew, Christian chimed in. Mike Miller just laughed and said, and started laughing. that was crazy.
All right, didn't mean to cut you off on that one. I cut you off at Memphis.
That's good. Well, transferred to South Dakota State, closer to home, a lot closer to home, about 14 hours closer. Great experience. The same thing, I was got used to the weightlifting, all the working out, summer workouts, preseason conditioning. Just, it's a grind. You really gotta have that mental toughness and mental strength to, get up every day and just grind with your team, your boys.
Yeah.
And I really had a good experience there. Love the people there. It's a great place. A lot of great people there. Just wanted something new. Obviously, one thing though, I did still battle some injuries there. My left knee was always something wrong with that. Rolled my ankle a couple of times during pretty clutch moments in the season, and then I had got COVID too. Whenever COVID was around, right before that season started, I got COVID, so I was out for 2 weeks, no practice. Right that first day, I was able to get out. We had a game against West Virginia.
And against West Virginia, they were probably ranked.
I can't remember if they were ranked. It was a good one though. We had it close, but they ended up getting us.
What's the name play with them? The one you're battling from Boys Town, did he play with West Virginia back then?
Tony Allen?
That was the year.
Teddy Allen?
Yeah, Teddy Allen. Yeah, that was the year before.
Oh, okay. So, man, that would have been a good matchup there.
Yeah, that would have been a good matchup.
Yeah, and then spent 3 years there. Really enjoyed my time. Then decided, wanted to find something new again. And, obviously I always talked to my brother. He said he was going back to school, going to Peru State. And, I was just, getting calls from, Division II schools, a lot of NAIAs, this and that. But I was kind of thinking about it, it'd be pretty cool to go to school and, go through a season or two with my brother.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Then it was your mother's, you guys' mother's Almerada too.
Yeah.
Because that's where she went to play volleyball down there for a year or two or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And played this season. I ended up not playing till January. What were you this season? 25 and 8?
Yep.
25 and 8. Joined halfway through conference. We lost about 5 games, and once I joined, we went on a pretty good run. It was just William Penn that got us twice in the regular season, and we met up with them in conference championship, and they got us again. They're a tough squad, man.
Yeah.
They got some guys going D1 now,
No.
so they're gonna have a new squad next year.
Any other D1 schools try to reach out to you after that season again, trying to get you back to go up on a higher level?
Did you before that? Did you put yourself in the transfer portal, or is that how
Yeah.
that worked?
Yeah.
And then did other teams reach out to D1 schools?
Not that I remember.
But schools from around here though were trying to get you to go to school there. And that when you put in that, or you already kind of had your
No.
mindset you was going to Peru.
Not at first, but then the coach at the time called me, and I, kind of started thinking about it a little bit. I was like, I'll get back to you. I'm kind of weird in the recruiting process. I'll try to not let coaches know what I'm thinking or whatever,
Yeah.
and just try to keep it unbiased and whatnot.
Yeah, when your mom told me that you were going back to school and gonna play ball, I was like, oh, good. And David's going too. And I was like, what? I mean, man, my eyes got so big. I was like, for real? And that's the first thing that I thought is how I started this show off. Is the last time that we had you guys on an interview, or last time you guys were on an interview together, you guys were at the state tournament picking up that trophy. So this is a real good moment for me as this host of this new show here. I know Buff is really liking it up too, because we've been following you guys' career ever since you guys are little bitty guys, man.
Yep.
Ever since you guys were shooting around, following each other real hard out front of your mom's house on that little hoop, you know.
Trying to fight around, that brings back old memories. That's the same way us guys were. Same way.
But see, I brought that up earlier, and I brought it for a reason. And Natasha was sitting here because she had to play basketball against her sister a lot too. The only thing is that we had a hoop outside the house. They had a hoop outside the house, so the battles were every day. The battles weren't when you can get to the gym or something. The battles were every day.
Yeah.
And some of those battles lasted until the first one got mad and hit the other one, or the battles might have lasted till 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's just the way it is. When you love the sport like that.
There was times we was out 4 in the morning, and Joker would come out and get mad at us because you hear that ball bouncing around.
Yeah.
Trying to sleep.
Yeah, trying to sleep and come get mad at us.
The worst thing would happen is we out there battling, having a good old time and stuff like that, playing good ball. Let's go, best out of 3. Then somebody loses, no, the best out of 5.
Yeah.
Best out of, next thing you know, best out of 21, and we're out there all night. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear nothing, but you see that light just shut off. The light shuts off. It's pitch black out there.
Yeah.
And we know my dad had enough of that.
You guys know damn well, Joe, because it never went to. It went to 2 games and that was it. It went to 21. I beat Quinn at 21-0.
See, now this is where it lies, because he couldn't. I made free throws back in the day, so I just had to score 3 buckets and make all my free throws. It was over. Yeah, so, all right. So hey, so Dave, what do we got? What do we got going on here in the near future for you? I mean, are you going to be going back to school? You going to play another year? What's going on?
Well, yeah, I have another year left, so you see me and Matthew down at Peru State again next year.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll do another year there, and hopefully we got some solid guys coming back. Got a good core. I think I'm the only returning starter, but we got some guys off the bench that are solid, and we just we really work hard, and we grind. So I'm pretty positive we'll make another run.
Can't wait. Quick question for Matt. Hey, so I think a lot of them, they wanted to know, but what was up with your PT this year? I mean, was something going on? Was you injured? What was going on with that?
Well, for me, it was just I haven't touched. Well, I've touched the basketball. Obviously, I've coached, but I haven't played any live basketball for probably at least a whole 2 years leading up to that. So it was a lot of adjusting, more physically at the start, and then more so once we got into the season, just being able to be mentally locked in. And also had my first child was born this past September. So
Congratulations.
throwing that in there just made it real difficult for me to be locked in every day.
I
And
see.
I also got sick and missed about 10-12 days of the season
Oh, I see.
right after David started playing that first week. So I missed about 10 days there, and then it was just hard to get back on the floor. Really, really talented and deep at the wing position especially. So just me getting back on the floor or not didn't really impact too much the outcome of the game, because we had so many talented guys this year.
I see. Yeah, and the thing is too, the games that I watched, of course, you know, I'm biased because you guys are my nephews, but I'm just like, man, this guy here, I mean, to me, it's just like, man, this guy turned the ball over now, or he's not doing this. Watching you guys grow up, it's like, Matthew can do that. Man, how come Matthew better than that guy? How come he's not getting the, you know, oh man, there's times I just want to shut it off. Because I was just like, man, I know you
Hey,
guys can, oh man.
Put Matthew in. He can turn the ball over too.
He could dribble off his leg too. and bounce.
So hey, so you boys, what could we possibly see this summer from you guys? I know that Matthew, I know you've been talking about doing a basketball camp or something like that for the kids.
Yeah, we're actually, it's more so David kind of got the ball rolling on that, but we're going to be with the Boys and Girls Club doing the camp on June 9th. Me, David, and Noah Friedel.
Nice.
Wow, is that going to be boys and girls? Or you,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
you got an
Yeah,
age
so what's
bracket?
last
or-
Yeah, if you go ahead and look to the right,
Oh,
right there, there's a visual right there. It says the basketball camp's going to be on June 9th. Your host coaches will be David and Matthew Winget and Noah Friedel. Noah was a outstanding athlete, outstanding ball player from SDSU, one of David's buddies.
He's now at James Madison University in
okay.
Virginia.
Ooh, and he's still hooping.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's
that's
coming,
cool,
he's coming
man.
all the way back to do this with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
and so it's going to be at the Winnebago Public School. Sign-ups at the Boys and Girls Club. So the Boys and Girls Club, like I said, the number is 402-878-2112. Just ask whoever answers the phone. Just ask them about the basketball camp that's going to be on June 9th, and it says grades 4 to 12. And the basketball camp's going to start at 1 o'clock, and they're going to go for about 3 hours and end at 4. So remember, mark down your calendars, June 9th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And we got a
Did you get
basketball
that,
camp.
man? Did you get that?
That one I did.
Nice.
There you go. And so, yeah, make sure, if you have any questions and you want to know a lot more, get a hold of Greg Bass III at the Boys and Girls Club down here in Winnebago. That'd be great.
Nice.
All right. Hey, so I think we got all the stuff we wanted to kind of talk about their journey from their last interview at the state tournament until today. Now, we might as well talk a little bit about basketball, since we're all hoopers here, Well, I used to hoop anyway. But David Buff was talking earlier about these national tournaments and these all-native tournaments and everything like that. One of my questions is, when you guys are done playing ball, in the next couple of years or so, you guys gonna hit that circuit?
For me, it'll be tough. I plan on at least getting a few years of pro ball in overseas.
Hey,
I-
earlier I was saying, what are we gonna see in the near future? That's what I was hoping I was gonna hear. Now, hey, now go ahead, elaborate on that, because that's what I was waiting to hear.
It's I got quite a few agents already wanting me to text them back or whatnot, so we start figuring something out, and I just figure there's something out there for me as long as I stay in the gym, work hard. I'm usually always in the gym, so just at least a couple of years I want to experience that, see some places.
Yes.
And
it.
you never
Do it.
know with pro ball too. If you could do good for a year or two and move up another league and go from there. So
Yeah.
you never know. I want to experience that.
Yeah.
Once I get out of college and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. And that's one of the stories that I wanted to hear too, and I'm glad you even brought that up.
And Matthew's going to tell you what he's going to do, because hopefully you hear what you were thinking earlier.
Okay,
too.
so Matt, your turn.
I plan on coaching for sure.
Coaching for
Not
sure.
sure the direction it's going to take, whether I'm going to try and do it more on a private level where I'm working with kids one-on-one, or if I get an assistant job at a high school in Omaha, it's kind of the second option. Not stick with OSA, and I got a lot of connections there, so wherever it takes me after I graduate, that's where I'll go.
Any chance of coming home and trying to get your foot in the door down here like Jeff did?
I'd like to, but I think they got a good thing going now. They got a couple guys that are still getting their feet wet, and I guess Trayvon's done it for a few years now, and I think they're in a good place now. Now it's just more about feeding kids through. I think starting from the ground up, starting what Q does, working with the 3rd, 4th, 5th on
Yeah.
up, working them up before that and having kids ready when they get to that point.
Yeah, and they got the Quince does that age bracket, and then he had a good point that he said before. He said he can take these kids far as he can, but when they get to junior high, then they get some of those coaches that I guess, like you said, kind of don't really. I don't know if they played basketball before. Some of the coaches that they got, and then they kind of go, plateau off for that 2 years, and then when they get back in high school,
A good term for that is arrested development. Their development stops,
yeah,
and then they hit high school. Then they get those native coaches again, and then they start
yeah,
getting better again.
yeah.
But remember, this past junior high basketball season, Manny.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah, Manny
yeah.
and them, and then even the girls too. The
Yeah.
girls got Sean Walker. He's actually pretty good.
Actually, yeah, that is true. That's good.
See, and then the basketball in the blood, man. Because Sean Walker's dad was a hooper too. So it's crazy because you get all these hoopers. Manny played ball. Trayvon act like he could rebound a little bit once in a while. Well, he tells all the stories about it, but but anyway, you got some guys that actually played ball before. So that's kind of what they need, just kind of share that stuff with them too. So
Yeah.
so that's good.
One
So-
thing for me is, I've been coached by. I'm grateful that I've been coached by a lot of great coaches.
Yeah.
Just so much knowledge that I've learned from each coach, and I just try to bring certain things into, at one point I want to start coaching too.
Yeah.
Whether that's down the road or whatnot, but the knowledge is there, and bringing all that from those different coaches and putting it into my own coaching
Yep.
style and creating my own style is,
That's gonna be
something I want to do at some point, and
Yeah.
I think it'll be really great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of you boys know a lot, so you guys should both be able to. Man, that'd be cool. You guys team up and go do head coach somewhere, and let's go
Yeah.
get. Because you can imagine how many kids would want to play for you guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
When you
man.
guys are done hooping yourselves,
Right.
that's the thing. Then Matthew got the little one coming up too. Once she starts getting involved and stuff, then you're gonna want to be right there too. So it's coming, man.
Yeah, when those kids get old enough, man, it seems like you put more into it.
Yeah.
Like it might be a hobby or something like that. You like to do, but as soon as the kids get old enough that you get to coach your own kids and get them in these leagues and stuff like that, man, your investment in these kids just skyrockets, man. You spend more money, more time, all that stuff with them, and it feels good too. So
Don't pick
I
up
can't
golf.
wait.
It's too expensive. That's where your money's gonna go.
What?
Too late.
Don't pick up golf. That's
Oh
where
no,
your
you
money
gotta
will
pay
go.
every time. Yeah. So, okay. So real quick, you boys. I know you guys already know who my favorite basketball team in the NBA is during these playoffs. And now we're in the conference finals. My squad, the Celts, are in the conference finals, but I want to know who you guys got. Let's start with Buff.
Oh, with me?
Yeah, let's go. Who you guys got?
I'll probably roll with Denver because I like big man. The Joker.
The
He's
Joker?
tough. Yeah, he's
Okay,
tough.
okay.
I like Denver.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I've always been a Lakers fan since Kobe.
Yeah.
So that's still there, but I really like Denver. Offense is just really great. But if LA gets this next one in Denver, it'll be tough for them.
Okay.
It'll go 7 if LA gets this
Okay.
next one.
All right, Cap.
I think if I went by my favorite team, it would be Miami. But if I went by the team that I, talent-wise, skill-wise, they've been there, and they just have a high level of talent, I think Boston's gonna win it.
Let's go, man. Myself, it's all about the defense for me. Like, and my favorite
It's
player.
all about the D.
My favorite player was Jason Tatum for the last 4 years. Hey, I got a picture of you and Jason Tatum in my office. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We got done. We was getting done with practice one day, and a couple of guys walked in. Pretty tall. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's Jason Tatum. And then after that, we played a couple games and whatnot. And they had a stacked squad. It was him, Jalen Green, and R.J. Hampton on the same squad. We had to play him after practice. Retired.
But you guys played him though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hold your
It's
own.
cool, man.
Oh yeah,
You hold your own?
yeah.
That's all.
We got
that's
him
all
once,
to
but
it.
that's about it.
That's all to it, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a great one. Oh,
Nice.
hey, all four of us. I mean, almost had all four different picks here.
I wasn't gonna roll with LA because I can't stand LeBron. Manny, I don't care what you say. LeBron's a weak.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll end up talking about this interview as the playoffs go on and stuff like that. But I do hope that the Lakers and Nuggets series goes 7, and I hope that the Celtics Heat goes 7. Remember last year the Heat and the Celtics went 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I tell a story that I went camping off the grid on the night of the finals. I didn't hear the result for 2 days, and so I didn't know if Miami won or if Boston won.
Yeah.
And so when I as soon as I got to when the radio finally picked up some signal, I found out too, and I was like, yeah! There's a delayed celebration, but it's all good.
His phone was shut off. Keep it real. Keep it
He didn't pay his bill.
He didn't pay his bill. Keep it real.
All right, hey, you boys, make sure that me and Dagobah, Bethany, everybody here at the Big Boy Sports Talk Show gets an invite to your guys' graduation upon graduation, because
We'll
we
do
want
it.
to try to take a trip down there to see all you athletes, student athletes, graduate and take it to the next level. So, but thanks guys for coming in. You are listening to 100.9 KWTN on the FM dial. I am Coach Q here with my brother Buffalo Bass. On the ones and twos is Bethany, and we have the Windsor Brothers here on episode 23 of the Big Boy Sports Talk Show. This is a wrap. We'll see you guys later.
Later.
Later. Bye.